Welcome to the Omni Dental Podcast.
Great to be diving in.
Yeah, you've landed on the deep dive.
Yeah.
This is where we take sources, you send our way articles, research, maybe even just your notes, and really pull out the core insights.
And maybe some surprising facts, too.
Exactly. Think of it as your shortcut, your express lane to getting properly informed on a topic.
Sounds good.
So today we're looking at laser hair removal. It's a pretty popular aesthetic service, and it's actually offered by Omni Dental.
Right. They're a family dental practice really trusted over in Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Yep, in that vibrant community there. Dr. Billis Poles leads the team, has over a decade of experience, and they really focus on a patient-first approach.
Which applies to both their dental work and their kind of broader wellness services.
Right.
Ensuring that personal attention.
Absolutely. Whether it's a cleaning or, a cosmetic treatment.
And that's the interesting part. While Omni Dental is obviously known for top-tier dental care, general dentistry, implants, cosmetics, stuff, emergencies, the whole lot, they really do take this holistic view, which is why they offer aesthetic services, too.
Like what kind of things?
Oh, quite a range.
Mm-hmm.
Things like hydrofacials, microneedling, Botox, fillers, and of course, the one we're focusing on today, laser hair removal.
Perfect. And the big question, the one we hear all the time, maybe the one you're asking yourself if you're considering this, is just how many sessions does laser hair removal actually take?
Yeah, that's probably the most common question.
Right. People hope it's quick, maybe, 2 or 3 sessions.
If only.
But the reality, as we're going to unpack, it's a bit more complex than that. It really involves working with our own biology, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You've hit the nail on the head there. The exact number, it's just not universal. It's highly individualized.
So it varies a lot from person to person.
Significantly.
Yeah.
There are some key unique factors that really influence how many sessions you'll need.
Mm-hmm.
Things like your hair type, your skin color, the specific area you're treating,
Okay.
and maybe most importantly, your individual hair growth cycles.
Right. Okay, so let's dig into that variability. How does the laser actually work with our hair and skin? What's the interaction there?
So the basic principle, as many probably know, is the laser targets melanin. That's the dark pigment in the hair follicle itself, which is why it works so well on dark hair. But here's a really key point, sometimes missed. It's just not effective on white, gray, or very light blonde hair.
Because there's no pigment for it to target.
Exactly. Not enough melanin for the laser energy to be absorbed effectively. And this directly explains why people with, say, light skin and dark hair often see the quickest results.
Because the contrast is so clear.
Precisely. That contrast helps the laser find and target the follicle efficiently.
Yeah.
And actually, different types of lasers are used too, optimized for different skin tones.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Well, for instance, an alexandrite laser might be better suited for lighter skin types, whereas something like an NYG laser is often the choice for darker skin.
I see.
And choosing the right laser directly impacts how well it works and therefore, how many sessions you might ultimately need.
That makes a lot of sense. It clarifies that hair and skin contrast factor really well.
Yeah.
But it's not just the color contrast, is it? What about, the thickness or density of the hair in a certain spot?
Oh, absolutely. The treatment area itself matters a great deal.
How so?
Well, think about areas like the bikini line or maybe the upper lip. Our sources point out these areas often have denser or maybe coarser hair.
Right.
And they generally require more sessions compared to, say, your forearms, where the hair might be finer or less dense.
Okay.
So yeah, areas with thicker, more stubborn hair, they usually need more treatment rounds to get those really good long-term results.
Gotcha. And this leads us to something you mentioned earlier, which sounds critical, but maybe not everyone gets it, the hair growth cycle.
Yes, timing is absolutely everything here.
Why is that?
Because the laser treatment is only truly effective when the hair is in its active growth phase. It's called the anagen phase.
Okay, the anagen phase.
Right. But here's the catch. Not all your hair follicles are in that anagen phase at the same time. They cycle through different stages: growth, transition, rest.
So they're all doing their own thing.
Pretty much. And that's why spacing the sessions out, usually every 4 to 6 weeks, isn't just some arbitrary suggestion. It's crucial.
Because you need to catch the hairs as they enter that active phase.
Exactly right. The laser specifically targets hair in that vulnerable active growth stage. So if you miss a session or space them too far apart,
You miss your window for a bunch of follicles.
precisely, you're missing the chance to treat a whole new group of hair follicles that have just entered that optimal phase. So you need multiple sessions, spaced consistently, to eventually target all the follicles as they cycle into the anagen phase. That's how you maximize your chances of success.
That really highlights the strategy involved. It's not random. So putting that all together, for most people listening, what's the sort of general expectation? How many sessions are we typically talking about?
Generally speaking, yeah, most people find they need somewhere between 6 to 8 laser hair removal sessions for the best results.
6 to 8. Okay.
And like we just discussed, the spacing is vital. Those regular sessions typically about 4 to 6 weeks apart.
Right, to keep catching that new growth.
Exactly. That consistent timing allows you to effectively target the new hair coming into the growth phase each time, leading to the best possible reduction over the series.
Okay. Now, besides just, showing up for the appointments on schedule, are there other things people need to do or maybe not do to make sure the treatment works as well as possible?
Yes, definitely. One absolutely critical factor, and we really can't stress this enough, is avoiding sun exposure.
Ah, the sun.
And that includes tanning beds, too, both before your sessions and after them.
Why is that so important?
Well, sun exposure increases the melanin levels in your skin, not just your hair. This can interfere with the laser's ability to target the hair follicle effectively.
And cause problems.
It can. It increases the risk of side effects like skin irritation or even burns. Plus, it just makes the treatment less effective on the hair itself.
So stay out of the sun, use sunscreen.
Absolutely. Diligently use a good, broad-spectrum sunscreen. It protects your skin, obviously, but it also helps maximize the success of your laser treatment. It really makes you stop and think, are you actually prepared for that level of commitment?
That's a really good point. Because commitment isn't just booking the appointments, is it?
Not at all.
It's the consistency with things like sun avoidance, sticking to the schedule even if it feels long. It sounds like if you skip sessions or maybe stop the treatment too early.
Yeah, that can significantly undermine the whole process. It reduces the overall effectiveness. You might find hair regrows more quickly or more densely than it otherwise would have.
Potentially costing you more in the long run, needing more touch-ups later.
Exactly. And speaking of long run, it's important to have realistic expectations. While these treatments are fantastic at significantly reducing unwanted hair, they don't always guarantee permanent total removal for every single person. Results can vary.
But the hair that does grow back is different.
Yes, that's the key benefit for many. Any hair that does eventually regrow is typically much, much finer and lighter, which honestly is a huge improvement for most people.
Makes sense.
And it's also fairly common that you might need occasional maintenance sessions down the line, maybe once a year or so, just to keep things smooth and sustain those results. Think of it as an investment.
An investment with good returns in convenience and comfort, probably.
Definitely.
Okay, what about specific areas? We talked about density differences. Let's take, say, Brazilian laser hair removal. Is the session count similar there, or does that area need something different?
Generally, Brazilian treatments fall within that same typical range, around 6 to 8 sessions.
Okay.
However, because the hair in the bikini area, as we mentioned, can often be thicker or denser than other areas,
Right.
your provider might sometimes recommend a few extra sessions, maybe closer to 8 or even slightly more, just to ensure they achieve a really comprehensive and effective result.
Which just reinforces that idea of personalization again.
Absolutely. It all comes back to tailoring the treatment to the individual and the specific area.
Which leads us nicely to the concept of a personalized treatment plan. It really sounds like this is not a cookie-cutter thing at all.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
A good provider will always start with a consultation. They'll assess your specific skin type, your hair color, the areas you want treated, and based on all that, they create a personalized plan just for you.
And that plan outlines.
It'll outline the likely number of sessions they anticipate you'll need, the ideal spacing between those sessions for maximum effectiveness, and maybe discuss the plan for maintenance down the road if needed.
So it's like your roadmap.
Exactly. It's your roadmap to getting the best possible results from the treatment.
Understanding all this, the personalization, the commitment needed, it really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? Laser hair removal becomes less like a quick fix and more like a long-term investment.
That's a great way to put it. An investment in your skin, your comfort, maybe even your confidence.
And knowing what to expect up front, especially about the number of sessions and the timeline, that helps you prepare, right?
Yeah.
Mentally and financially, too.
For sure. It helps you commit fully and really get the most out of that investment you're making.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the main points from our deep dive today on how many sessions does laser hair removal take?
Sounds good.
The key takeaway really is that it's a highly personalized journey. There's no single magic number.
Right. But generally, most people need somewhere in that range of 6 to 8 sessions.
Spaced about 4 to 6 weeks apart, typically, to catch those hair growth cycles.
Exactly. And that number can definitely vary based on your unique hair color, your skin type, the specific area being treated, and how your hair cycles work.
And sticking to your personalized plan, being consistent with sessions and things like sun care, that's absolutely crucial for getting the best outcome.
Couldn't agree more. And it's great that OmniDental offers these kinds of aesthetic services, like laser hair removal, right there alongside their comprehensive dental care.
Yeah, it really shows that holistic approach to well-being they talk about.
Hmm.
So if you're listening and you're interested in learning more, or maybe you want to schedule a personalized consultation to discuss laser hair removal, or really any of OmniDental services,
Where can they find them?
they're located at 305E Rand Road in Arlington Heights, Illinois. That's zip again 60004.
Okay.
And you can also just give them a call. The number is 847-483-8833.
Great.
They serve Arlington Heights, of course, but also the surrounding communities, folks in Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, Wheeling, Des Plaines, Elk Grove Village. They cover a wide area.
Providing that comprehensive care for healthy smiles and aesthetic wellness, too.
Exactly. So before we wrap up, here's a final thought for you, our listener, to maybe ponder.
Okay.
How does really embracing a personalized approach, whether it's for something aesthetic like this or even for your dental care, how does that empower you to truly invest in your long-term health and confidence instead of just, looking for quick fixes?
That's a good question to chew on.